Hello and welcome to the next video of my CBLOL 2026 previews. We're covering Los Grandes, a squad returning to CBLOL after a year away due to the constriction of the region. So Los Grandes were one of those teams that were towards the bottom of the standings when CBLOL did start coming to an end and returned to LTA South for one season. They finished third and then eighth in 2023 and then fifth and 10th in 2024. This roster, I did notice something about the organization in general. They do have a depth chart. Many of the players have no stats. That's why they're not included on here. However, they do have a three-tiered system within their organization, and there's something to be said for that. That there is a Los Grandes Academy team and a Los Grandes trainee team. That sort of investment needs to be, promoted more by other teams, by other people. Just something. Hey, this is a big deal. That sort of investment is notable, and despite the record on the Rift, pushing the game forward is a big deal, and that's something that doesn't happen nearly as not enough in the West. This team, okay, so solo lanes I have ranked seventh. That's in due to the fact see going all over the place when this has to be translated for a lot of people is not great. Zest and Feisty being Korean imports, but playing in ERLs all of last season caused their rankings to be lower than they probably should be. So they're seventh based on stats, but that's because the stats they have are at a tier 2 level of play. Mid jungle duo 8th, bot lane duo 7th. I have this team last. It's going to have to prove itself. It's going to have to show that it can actually work and be put together. Zestin top lane, a player that I thought very highly of when he was with Gen G Academy in the LCK. Around the time that Quid started doing very well, Zest was also on my radar, and he just never really got an opportunity. In ERLs this past season, he did well as a carry-oriented top laner. I mean, very high damage. 3.8 KDA, 61 KP, 8.4 CS per minute with a 1.85 ROI. So to have one of the highest farm totals at 8.4, and then also a 1.85 ROI says something. That says he dealt a shit ton of damage with a 5.7% share differential. He can be the the primary carry on the team, which is important because Duda at 80 carry is going to need some grace here. Zest, a plus 3 vision score per ward placed, up 350 gold, 200 XP on average, over one solo kill every other game, one new champion played every 4 games. I have him ranked 6th. I think he's better than 6th. So there is that. Nar Ambessa Renekton, 40% of his champion pool. Respeta behind him. Might be Respecta. I don't. Respeta. 1.65 ROI is nice, but had low farm, low participation. He's not pushing Zest for any sort of role here. Drake Hero, at 22 years old, began his season last year in LTA South and then was replaced and ended up in the Tier 2 of Brazil. He's 6th in the role. 3.2 KDA, 71 KP, 6.2 CS per minute. More of a facilitator type jungler. He is not going to hard carry games. At least last season he didn't. 1.17 ROI, negative 3.6 share differential, which indicates the team he was on wasn't that strong in damage either. Under 5 vision score per ward placed. We'd like that to be better. Behind at 15 minutes, but he's relatively even. One solo kill every 8 games. Nice for a jungler. One new champion every 3 games. Wukong Xinjiao Pantheon. 35% of his champion pool. So that means that his 3 most played champions, he is not really just saying, okay, pick me these guys, they're up, I want them. No, he's unpredictable. He might pick more than that. Vincent, 20 years old, played a handful of games, has a 1.47 ROI, so a different type of player, but low farm at 5.3, which helps that total. Zura behind him, 1.87, only played a couple games in Tier 2 of Brazil last year. Might even been Tier 3. Feisty in mid lane, 22 years old. Played with KT Challengers, I believe, as well as Nongshim Challenge. Definitely KT. I remember seeing him on KT. But regardless, he played with an ERL team last year. 5 KDA, 73 KP, 8.4 CS per minute. So very involved in what his team did. They fought around him in nearly 3 out of every 4 kills, and that's nice. You can rely on him. Now, a 1.82 ROI and 5.4 share differential, very much like Zest. These two can carry for you. No, excuse me. Somebody is going to have to take on more of a facilitator, tank role on this team. Because you do the math with Duda, Feisty, and Zest, and you end up with 11.1, 14.2. I mean, there's like a 3% difference in damage share versus gold share from these teams that they were on in 2025. So somebody has to play a different role. Hey, if Zest carried for his team last year, this team has plenty of that. It needs somebody willing to go in and maybe sacrifice themselves to deal, not deal damage, but tank, play CC, play that side lane and not impact team fights as much. It's something to be said for, the math has to work. The math has to work. And Feisty and Zest both deal a lot of damage relative to the gold. They are very efficient. So when they get the ball in their hands, they do a lot with it. 3 vision score per ward place is very good. Up 500 gold on average and 140 XP. That's a diffie. He deserved a promotion, as did Zest. 1 solo kill every 3 games or better. 1 new champion every 6 games. I have him ranked last because he's the only one that played all his season in a tier 2 last year. So he's better than 8th. Hell, these stats are better than Roamer when he joined Pain, better than Jewel when he joined Loud. This guy is better than those players. And honestly, those two combined, this team could be a dark horse to really make some noise. Talia, Orianna, and Azir, 43% of the champion usage. Duda, 17 years old, very young. Give him grace, give him an opportunity to struggle, because there are players on this team that should make up for that. 3.9 KDA, 72 KP, 9.1 CS per minute. You'd like better farm. 1.7 ROI, 3.1 share differential. Vision score kind of is what it is. Slightly behind at 15 minutes. He has Ackerman now as a support. Ackerman's a very aggressive support, so that could help him. 1 solo kill in nearly every 5 to 6 games at 80 carry is something as well. It's a young player. They're going to do some crazy shit and make things happen. In terms of champions played, wide champion pool at 0.63. Sivir, Corki, Unara, nearly half of his games, however. So if he wasn't playing one of those 3, it was kind of like a one and done for him. I have him ranked last in the role. He could be last. Ackerman, 23 years old, oldest player on the team. This team's 21.2 years old. He's 5th in the role. Like I said, very aggressive at times. Last year, he was statistically the best support in a few weeks because of his aggression and decent vision. 3.8 KDA, 70 KP, 8.9 ROI, so that's good. Negative 4.9 share differential, 2 vision efficiency. 1 new champion every 3-4 games. Alistar, Rakan, Nautilus, very predictable. He played one of those champions. You had a better chance him picking one of those champions than flipping a coin. 51%. You leave those up, he's going to play them. And that makes him predictable. Stonesy's played in 2014. He's the backup. They have another support as well. Anatron is the coach. He's been around the block. Oftentimes in these minor play-in regions. 2017, he played with Envy that we just did a video on. That goes to show you how long ago Envy played. So it was 2017. I thought it was older than that, but 2017, he was the coach for that team. 2018, Royal Bandits. 2019, Royal Youth. So he went from Russia to Turkey. In 2020, he would coach in Turkey. From there to, I'm not going to try and pronounce the team that has the FB. We're not going to try it. 2021, he got a chance with Misfits for 1 split. Then ended up going back to Turkey with Nasser Esports. And then went to the LCS from 2022 to 2024. These are his stops along the way where he was in a region that could qualify for Worlds. 121 wins, 114 losses, and best of ones. 8-5. Oh, I didn't actually break this down. I threw myself off because I didn't break it down the way I did the other videos. 8-5 in best of 5s and playoffs. And then at Worlds, he had 1 run at Worlds Went 2-3 in best of ones, and then 0-1 in best of five. So we'll see how that goes. This team, there is something to be said for it. I'm interested to see how Zest and Feisty do. Duda. And then if Drake Hero and Ackerman can kind of just go with the flow, I think this team could beat upper half team in LTA South. I really do. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Become a YouTube supporter. And hope to see you again tomorrow.